Hey babes! I am so excited for today's video because I know how hard it is to try and embrace your natural, pale and fair skin in a society that basically tells you tan is the beauty standard and everyone wears fake tan. It's just a norm. So to try and go without it, like, I know how hard it is. Like, I was genuinely addicted to fake tan, but I really feel like I've got my routine down and tried so many different makeup steps and colors to find actually what works for us and like sexy glam, because a lot of the pale skin makeup tutorials are like natural girls and I'm like, no, we deserve to be like baddies too, okay? And once you find those colors that work for you, trust me, you'll feel so much more confident. So keep watching if you want to learn how I did this sexy lilac sultry pale skin look. I am officially 6 months fake tan free. I never thought I would see the day. I don't know how I managed this because this girl was addicted. I was addicted. I think I've been at fake tanning since I was like 15. So that's 15 years of every week rubbing orange mousse on my body that's sticky, stinks, goes like tiger bread, like looks awful by like day 4. Because I was so used to seeing myself with fake tan, it made me very insecure to see my natural skin. I just didn't want to be like that. Starting with some skin prep, do not skip this step. Every skin looks better when it's plump and juicy and hydrated, but particularly pale skin. I feel like we need a bit of a glow to like liven us back up. This is the Glow Hub Milky Toner. It's actually very affordable. It really does just make your skin feel very hydrated, ready for makeup. Pinky List moisturizer. I found a lot of like cheaper skincare options that are really good because honestly my old moisturizer was like £60. I couldn't sustain it. Okay, I can't afford that. The hardest thing with being pale is I'm used to doing my makeup when I'm tan, so I had to relearn the colors that suit me and what looks good and how much to put on. When I was tanned, more warm colors and oranges look good. They do not look good, spoiler alert, when you're pale. Like, they look awful on me now. Had to really go through all my products and think what is actually working for me. I didn't even have a foundation. That's how much I always wore fake tan. Like, that's insane. Another step to never skip is SPF. Again, for every skin tone, but if you're pale, most likely you probably burn quite quickly. This is the Beauty of Joseon Rice SPF. So lightweight, so it's a good base for makeup too. SPF is so important anyway because the sun ages your skin, right? So if you're not protecting it, there's no point using all these like anti-aging creams at night. Like, you might as well throw them away because this is the main thing that's going to help with anti-aging. Apparently it can still get you through the windows. If you work in an office next to the window, layer up, babes. Been doing brows first lately, which is crazy. Otherwise I feel like foundation just like gets in them. I tried so many other brow pencils, but I always keep coming back to the Benefit one. It really is like magic. Try and copy my natural shape as much as I can. We're gonna be doing a full glam because I feel like a lot of the pale skin makeup online is very natural and it's like, yeah, it's easy to do a nice natural look, but it's harder to know what to do for glam because a lot of glam looks are on tanned girlies. We need to prime everything down. This is the Maybelline Grippy Serum Primer. I thought this was a bit of a gimmick. You know when you just see a product online too much and you're like, there's no way that works. Like, they've been paid to say that. No. It genuinely does work. It feels like a hydrating, lightweight serum, but it really sticks your makeup down. Just priming my eyelids with a bit of concealer. Don't believe in eye primers. I just think you're wasting your money. Kosas Revealer Concealer. I use shade 1.5 and I just pop this on any little spots, which I've been getting a lot of lately. I feel blemishes show up more when you're fair skin because I used to wear fake tan on my face and as we know, it kind of just blurs and smooths everything. So without it, I need a little extra helping hand. I set my eyelids with a little bit of the MAC blotting powder. It just makes the eyeshadow blend on better. Now we're prepped and ready. I had no pale foundation, so I've really had to revamp my foundations. I love this and it's so affordable because if you have loads of tan foundations, you don't want to waste your money buying really expensive pale ones. Superstay Lumi Matte Maybelline. I have the shade 108, but they have even lighter shades. Just take my Morphe like angled blending brush. It's very good coverage, but because it's Lumi Matte, it still gives your skin like a little glow. It's just very flawless looking, blends really well, and I think the color is perfect for me. If you're struggling with foundation shades, I honestly go on TikTok and just put in the foundation you're looking for, like Lumi Matte, like shade 108 or shade 100, and just see other girls and see if they look like you. It hasn't let me down so far, but if you are scared, I would also try foundation.com. You can put in like other shades that work on you of other foundations and it'll tell you what shade to get in the foundation you're looking for. For concealer, I wear NYX Bear With Me Serum in the shade I guess we'll never know. Fair. This is, again, very affordable. You get so much in there. Like, that's a crazy amount of concealer. I've never actually finished one. It's more of a lightweight brightening concealer. See, I didn't even need that much. Using my Morphe blending. I prefer to use brushes, especially for under eyes. Like, you can just really target how much concealer you want. It just hides any discoloration under the eyes and also just gives you that, like, brightening effect that I love. Do a little on the chin, kind of all over the center of my face and down the center of my nose and on the forehead. Just gonna make you look more snatched when you come to do your contour. The other thing I suggest doing is working out your undertone, whether you're cool, warm, or neutral. This is gonna help so much when you're choosing your makeup. Like, I did not know I was a cool tone, so I was using all like yellow colors and oranges and it just looked off. It didn't look right on me, but when I wear cooler pink tones, it makes my skin shine and look amazing. I actually got a color analysis done with Style Duty. I'll leave a link for them. They do it online. You send them pictures of you with no makeup and they come back and told me my color season, which is winter. So it shows me what kind of makeup looks good, what celebrities look similar to me, and what kind of colors I should be wearing. Like, this color is so good on a winter. Like, it makes my skin pop. If I was wearing like a nude, let me get my pajamas. If I wear like a nude or a cream, I look kind of washed out and just dull. When I wear like deeper jewel tones, I look bright and amazing. A lot of problems when you're fair skin can be solved by the colors you wear and the makeup you do. If you don't want to pay for the service, there's so much information on TikTok. There's a lot of information on my beauty TikTok actually, so make sure you go follow me on there. On to contour now. This is where I was messing up the most. You need a gray cool toned color, otherwise you will just look muddy. This is from e.l.f. the Camo Contour. Do a little dot. And you want to go lighter than you normally would. Some people who are pale don't even wear contour. I personally like to have a little bit of definition. Sculpted by Amy Brush, and I just gently tap it in. Also, a good way to tell if you're cool or warm is the color of your veins. If your veins are blue like mine, you're probably cool. If they're green, you're probably warm. And if you have a mix of blue and green or like purple, you might be neutral, so you look good in both. It's a liquid, but it almost looks matte. Like, it really blends into the skin nice. It just gives a subtle cheekbone without looking like you have orange stripes on your face. Blusher and the colors is where we can have a bit more fun. If you're cool toned pale, baby pinks and purples, plums look amazing on you. I adore this from Huda Beauty. It's the Ube cream, so it literally is like lilac. I know it looks scary, but if you're done right, it can look really pretty and subtle. Do a few dots or stippling brush. Yeah, it almost looks like a baby doll pink. Oh, see? That is subtle, but so pretty. Obviously, this is a little expensive, but a little goes a long way, and I'd say it's worth it because it's very seamless on the cheeks. You don't have like a harsh blusher because colors can show up a bit too much sometimes on our skin, so you need things that blend well. We're ready to set everything down. I use the Huda Beauty shade Cherry Blossom. When you're pale, pink powder is your secret weapon. It completely brightens up your skin. If you're warm, yellow looks good, or peaches. This is crazy. Look how much it just blurs and brightens my face, and it really keeps all your makeup on. I've tried a lot of powders, nothing will ever compare, nothing. And these take years to finish. I only just finished one and I got it in like 2022, so 4 years, which is insane. Eyeshadow was the thing I struggled with the most because all of mine are orange and gold and brown, and you'll probably find that because they were the most popular colors in makeup, and that's what we were told to do. Like, oranges look good on blue eyes. They do if you're warm toned, otherwise it's gonna just make you look weird and off. I did invest. Very expensive but very beautiful in the Huda Beauty palettes. I have never seen such a gorgeous cool toned color. This is the Icy Nude. I died. It's so stunning. Every color I could ever want. The grays, the lilacs, the silvers. That's the kind of colors you need to be doing if you're pale. And then I recently also got Pretty Grunge, which is like the edgier version of it. Look. Oh, I literally feel like I'm in 2016 again, getting excited over palettes. This is beautiful and they're such good quality. Very zoomed to know how I feel. In the shade Freedom. I'm gonna pack all that over the eye. It's like a very nice dusky rose. And I run a little bit underneath the eye too. See how nice it blends? It's very buttery and easy to work with. Then taking Beauty Chaos. This is my favorite shade because it's so lilac-y. and sort of deepening the crease. Such a cute colour on pale skin. Shade Fearless. I'm gonna create a little V on the outer corner, creating like a sexy cat eye. I also find following girls who look similar to you is always a good way to boost your confidence. So I started following a lot of pale skin, dark hair beauty creators, and seeing how they do their makeup like really helped me. And celebrities as well. When I look at like Megan Fox when she was pale, how she did her makeup, things like that, it just gives me inspo, makes me realize like it can be beautiful, because it definitely can. I think every skin tone is beautiful in its own way, and that different beauty should be celebrated rather than us, you know, always trying to look exactly the same and thinking that there's only one standard of beauty. On the Icy Nudes palette, I'm gonna take shade I Don't Give a Fuck. Baby pinks look really pretty on pale skin. Just really brightened up my eyes. Oh! There's a shade called Grunge, which is actually like a wet eyeshadow, which is perfect for a liner. Enjoy doing a cat eyeliner, so I started from this corner. It's very 1950s Marilyn Monroe. Just drawing a little wing. The hard bit is just always matching them up. You see how there's literally no fallout? It's good quality stuff. The shade Maverick. It's a gorgeous little silver just on the inner corner. These palettes are incredible. Just gonna set the brows with Benefit Brow Set as well. Just keep them in place all day. Also discovered Maybelline Tattoo Liner. Shade Berry Bliss. Ooh. It's fine doing a waterline liner. Instantly makes your eyes way more sexy, siren-like. Really looks flattering on pale skin, and if you have blue or green eyes, it's just gonna make your eyes pop as well. Time for mascara. I've been curling my lashes like no tomorrow. I never used to curl my lashes. Why did no one tell me? Like, it makes the biggest difference. Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Ride or die for years. For years! Every time I use a different one, I regret it. It just makes them so long, so voluminous, fluffy, thick. Everything I want in a mascara, this does. Eyes are looking gorgina. I am so happy with them. Last minute touches now. Not essential, but if you want your makeup to really last all day, you want to set everything with powder. So I'm using the Maybelline Face Finity Blush. It's like a baked one. Seductive Pink. Love. Has a little glow to it, and it's like the perfect lilac colour for the top of the other one. Amazing. The only powder bronzer I have found for pale skin so far is Kylie Jenner Khaki. Look how light that is. Still probably not cool toned enough for what I want, but what I can find. If you have any recommendations, please drop it down. I'm gonna do this very, very lightly. Bronzer could literally ruin this right now. Yeah, see, it's not like bright orange, it's a very light tone. Then we always love the glow, Sculpted by Amy Liquid Lights. This is like the pearly shade, and I just tap it on top. You want to use like pearls or pinkies, definitely no golds. Golds or bronze highlighters will literally just look like mud on your face. Just to, you know, reflect the light. This makeup is really going together. Your lip liner could be the thing that's ruining your whole makeup. Do not use any orange to browns. Like, it's gonna look like crap. This is like a nice rosy pink. Wow, from MAC. Oh, I've used this since I was a teenager, and I don't ever want to go back. And I do like to overline with this. My favorite lipstick for cool tone skin is Syrup. This is a luster glass one, so it does give you like a nice bit of shine and moisture. So pretty. It's like my perfect everyday nude, even though it's literally a pink. Wouldn't always finish off with a gloss, but if I do, it'll be one of the Maybelline Lifter glosses. I think they're amazing. This is shade Gummy Bear. It's such a cute, subtle baby pink. These just keep your lips hydrated and add a nice bit of shine. It smells so good too. Okay, I think the makeup is looking pretty done. Let's set everything down. There's no point doing a full face unless you're gonna keep it on, and the L'Oreal Infallible. Ooh, this stuff is like hairspray. Ooh. We use the Maybelline Grippy, and this, I promise you your makeup won't budge. Like, try it out and come back to me because it's so good. Okay, and there we have the finished Pale Girl Glam look. I am obsessed with it. Like, I love it. I think it complements my features so much. It makes me feel so girly and confident, and it really does just make fair skin shine. Everything works together really well. So plums, pinks, silvers, grays, they're gonna be your best friends, honeys. I hope you got some inspo and it made you feel a little bit better and more confident in your pale skin. I'm hoping to do some more fair skin makeup videos, so let me know know if you want any for specific occasions, like maybe on holiday or just natural every day. I really appreciate any of your support, so if you can comment, like, and subscribe, it really means a lot to me and helps my page out. Just remember, the more you go without fake tan and the more you embrace it, the easier it gets. Like, once I got to the 3-month mark, I was like, oh, I actually like my skin. And when I look at old photos of me in fake tan, I'm like, oh, it didn't suit me. Like, your natural skin always suits you the best. So you have got this, babes. Thank you for watching. Love you loads.